Hello and welcome to another Leica review. Today we are going to be talking about the new Leica camera that will be announced, and this camera is the camera that we've been waiting for a very long time. Now, for those who don't know, there are a line of cameras in Leica that we are mostly familiar with. The Leica M series, there's the Leica CL, the Leica SL, but there is the medium format, which is one of the most sought after cameras for professionals. And this camera has been in the market for quite some time, and there are full range of lenses that are available. And this camera that has first been introduced as a CCD type of sensor camera has now evolved to be a CMOS sensor. And now we are seeing the next generation that will be coming out. And basically what we are talking about is this Leica S. This Leica S camera that we have is going to be featuring some new functionalities. Basically, if you do recall, the Leica S, what it had in the past was that it had this beautiful DSLR-like body which you could take out into the field and use it. And it was more than just you being able to use in studio. Most of the medium format cameras that you may have heard, they were basically designed to be used solely in studio. But Leica did change the game in a very important way by introducing a camera that you could take out into the field and use for photography in outdoor environments. And this is one of the reasons this camera has become a popular item and a popular choice for professionals. And the fact that it has weather sealing has made this camera a very durable, a well-built camera. So what has happened is that it has gone from being a CCD type of censored camera to become a CMOS type of camera, which the S007 was. And that was a major improvement in terms of being able to use it in low light, being able to use the functionalities such as video recording. Now, in this new generation of cameras, we're going to see fundamental changes, and one of those fundamental changes is going to be improved low light performance. We're going to see a lot of changes in terms of being able to use video functionality. Now, video functionality has become the go-to thing for professionals, because when you are working, for example, for an assignment, they usually now require you to provide video footage. Now, in the past, what had to happen was there had to be two separate cameras, one to record the video, one to take the photographs. Now, this camera, as in the 007, you are going to be able to capture 4K footage, which can be downgraded to an HD, and the image will be far sharper, far more accurate. And also, what we had in the past was a 37.5 megapixels. Now, that has become a very big challenge for medium format, because when you have medium format, you want to have large pixels to be able to gather that light. And what has happened is when we are looking at the full frame cameras, you're seeing those numbers just keep growing and growing every year. We had 24, and then we went up to 36. We had 40, 45 megapixel cameras, now even 50 megapixel cameras. Now those cameras are competing directly with the medium format because they are able to provide such a huge number of megapixels. But what has happened and what cannot be replaced is the fact that a medium format camera delivers something that is so pleasing to the eye, so beautiful, that it cannot be replicated by using just full frame cameras. And that is the reason sticking to medium format cameras for professionals has been the main thing. And that is why the introduction of S3, as I call it, or the S3 camera, is going to make a major change in the field, because it is going to be able to allow the photographers to upgrade and compete with those full frame cameras that are offering high megapixels. Now, beyond that, for those who don't know the Leica S camera, Leica has a whole series of lenses that are very well developed and very well established to provide the functionality for different types of photography. For example, we do have this one I have on is a 30 millimeter, and that equates to about 24 for those wide angle shots that you want to get for landscape or otherwise. And then you have a 35, and then you have 70, and also there in between there's a 45 millimeter, but the 70 is the standard 50, which is probably the first lens that most professionals get. And then we have the 100 to and 120 and 180 millimeters. These are focal lengths that are out there to give the versatility for different applications, and that's one of the reasons I truly like the Leica S line. And beyond that, when you compare the images that you get from different cameras, there is something that is so beautiful because of the optics that is untranslatable, for example, in terms of that Leica look, or that look that gives those beautiful color renditions. And beyond that, when you take this image that you capture with the Leica S and transfer it to your computer and you are doing the post work, it's going to make it a lot easier because there's a whole bunch of functionalities like tethering, and there's also the transfer, and the workflow is a lot faster, so that if you're going to do professional photography, for example fashion, you can export these files as a DNG file and then be able to work on them directly and have it be delivered to the client as soon as possible. And that time flow and that turnaround time is one of the other characteristics that makes this investment a worthwhile one. Now, we are expecting this camera to be between $20,000 to $24,000 range in the introduction. That has not been yet set as far as I know, but that means a major investment in terms of a system, and then you will have to get lenses to work with this system. But what will happen is, if you do invest in this system, you're going to be able to use this camera with a wide variety of lenses that are going to deliver that Leica quality. And it is for that reason, it is a worthwhile investment. And if you are looking to buy this, this is going to be something that professionals are going to look at to buy as soon as possible. So I would suggest that once it is available, please do put in your orders to get it, because there will probably be a wait line for this camera for some time. Now, there will be an article about the camera, the specs, and we will look in depth how those specs are going to compete with other cameras and how it's going to provide major advantage to your photography if you are looking to invest in this camera line. So do look for that article that will be coming out on our website, leicareview.com, and I'll see you in our next review. Thank you for watching.